When we met in Vancouver last July, we decided as premiers to meet again to discuss together the sustainability of healthcare and how we as premiers can drive innovation in the healthcare system all across the country. And I think it's fair to say that in our meetings since Sunday, we have been very frank, we have been constructive, and I think the meetings have been very successful. This morning we announced that Premiers Wall and Giz will lead a provincial territorial working group to drive innovation in healthcare, reporting back to premiers within 6 months at the next premiers meeting in Halifax. Remember this, provinces and territories drive innovation every single day. We have never stopped innovating. British Columbia is just one example. We've brought in patient-focused funding, increased scope of practice, and invested heavily in health promotion and prevention. And I was really pleased to be able to tour my colleagues around Royal Jubilee Hospital on Sunday to give them a sense of how building design, something is, and some of those design changes are quite simple, can make a very big difference in improving healthcare outcomes for people. Now, each of my colleagues have examples of how innovation has made a difference in their jurisdiction and how it's led to improvements in healthcare in their part of the country. Premiers Wall and Giz will drive the innovation process so that all jurisdictions will have the opportunity to share with one another and work very closely together so that we can learn from and copy, where possible, examples of innovation from province to province. Today, premiers agreed to form a second working group as well, and that's on fiscal arrangements. It will be led by Premier Greg Selinger of Manitoba. Premier Selinger will lead a working group composed of provincial and territorial finance ministers, who as a first step will assess the fiscal impact of the current federal fiscal proposals. Our jurisdictions are impacted, all of us, in different ways by these proposals. And we're committed to working together to make sure that no jurisdiction is worse off.